fifth dimension. Aquarius I am. We in the Aquarius age for the next 2,000 years, you dig?
Swing low, time to move on. Light years in time, ahead of our time.
I want to free your mind by helping you understand the zodiac signs. That's right, you're live with Aquaman in the zodiac zone where the cosmos is your home. I'm your very own Ampu, the real urban guru, coming through on the mothership. So let's open up your cosmic memory bank and swing down to earth where the shit stank. Hey, peace everyone. Welcome back to Hip Hop Astrology TV. I'm your host, Ampu, the real urban guru. Fresh off that mother shit, right back at you, man. I know y'all missed me over here on this particular topic, man. I told you, man, your partner been busy in some real estate things and got some things going on, man. It's really cracking, man. But nevertheless, man, I do have to learn how to balance myself and come back and give this information because I understand that I got a unique perspective, you dig? And again, man, you know, the whole thing is based upon, because we hear it in culture. I guess the stars align. I guess the stars align. Everything was aligned, right? And so my job is to simply show when the stars align, you're going to see some things, okay? And so today's conversation is very interesting because I'm dealing with who I consider, you know, on one level, a mentor to me. You know what I mean? T.I, you know what I mean, for sure. And my disclaimer is this, man. Just because I drastically disagree with my brother's political stance and commentary doesn't mean that I don't recognize nor respect nor admire this man for his accomplishments, his achievements, because you can see plenty of videos where, you know, I'm doing just that. You know what I'm saying? And so I know the most recent ones are definitely ones that's like, I think you're being a little, I think you out of pocket. Your scales ain't balanced on that one and whatnot. But that doesn't mean I don't admire the fact that he showed me fatherhood on another level that I never seen it through Family Hustle. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just real spill. But nevertheless, here's the premise of today's conversation. Okay. Not only will I show you when the stars align, but dealing with T.I. is the fact that a few things. One, he's wearing the Hamsa now. That's what's really promoting me to say, okay, he just may be ready to understand what I'm telling, because to wear the Hamsa, which is the hand that has the evil eye, is known in the Jewish culture, the Islamic culture, known as the Eye of Fatima. The Hamsa is known to be an amulet that says, I'm going to repel negative evil from looking at you. In other words, you hating ass niggas and people who are just looking, okay, with your evil eye. This amulet is designed to repel your negative hate, okay? Like Nicki Minaj say, looking ass niggas, okay? And we know it's true because somebody can look at you a certain way and you be like, hey, what you looking at? It's an energy that you can feel, okay? And so the eye in itself, the Hamsa, is a spiritual medallion. And since he's wearing the spiritual medallion, because I've been having this information for years. I mean, you know, what I'm going to talk about today, Tip's case that he caught with the guns, that was what, 2007. Okay, it's now 2019. So I've been sitting on this shit for 12 years. Okay. And so my premise again, he was wearing the the Hamsa, and then also I'm going to say that T.I. being in the short, well popular televised series Punk'd is what actually created the seed, the intention for T.I. to later get locked up for guns. I know you probably say, what the hell are you talking about? This is crazy. So at this time, I do have to divert your attention to, or direct your attention to, a scientific fact known in quantum physics as observation effect. and also wave function collapse. This may be also studied in something called the double slit experiment. Now, on one hand, science is going to say, hey, when we put measuring devices such as cameras to look at elementary particles, the electron going through a slit, it behaves differently from when there is no camera to watch it. It's as if this particle is intelligent and knows something is staring at it. The moment that it knows something is measuring its reality and watching it, it shows up as a particle. Very important to understand. So, in other words, if you can just imagine, when nothing is looking at this electron, it shows up in like imagine a lot of dots on the board. Okay, we're going to shoot this electron through this slit. Nothing's watching it, and then on the back end, it's going to show up everywhere, all these particular dots. That's known as a wave because it's just a stream, a continuous stream of energy. But the moment that you put a camera there, it shows up as one dot, 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 in a straight line, as if it's a particle or like a BB. So it changes based upon measurement or observation. So this is why the ancients wore the Egyptian eye of Horus, eye of Ra, eye of Wajet, the eye, the all-seeing eye on a dollar bill. In the beginning in the Bible was God saw, and God saw. Every creation was God saw. And now later the Hamsa comes into Jewish and Islamic culture. Something about the eye. Well, science is now catching on to what this actually means. Observation can affect reality. So this is why when you see, we constantly say, we meaning myself or my brother, the Prime Minister, Minister Jew, shows you that you think that The Simpsons showing Donald Trump as president is weird and spooky, or some even go on the deep end and say it's predictive programming, right? Or you see the Boondocks, which has a lot of observation, a lot of eyes, millions of people is watching this. You know, somebody crashed into the chicken place, and then in real life, when Popeye's chicken have his chicken, somebody crashes into the chicken place. You understand what I'm saying? We got countless of case studies of which you see Batman, Dark Knight Rising in the stadium, the lights went off in the stadium. Same year, Beyonce goes to the Super Bowl, lights go off in the stadium. You have to get to a point in your evolution spiritually and through science and learning how to blend those two mediums because they're the same thing and understand how consciousness itself works. That's very important. How consciousness works. What is the function of consciousness? Okay? So now, since I gave you scientific reference to go look into, okay, now we can get into the conversation, okay? So, Mr. Clifford Harris, said to be born 9/25/80. We know he had a restaurant called Scales 925. I saluted that. Like, yo, bro, represent his zodiac energy Scales 925. That's what's up. I want you to note that he's a Libra, and the planet Venus, which rules Libra, is approaching Regulus. It's at the mouth of the lion going towards Regulus. This is very important to understand. This is where the planet Venus is when he was born. Now, what is Venus? Venus rules Libra. What is Libra? Libra is the justice scales. Hello. Again, T.I, a walking embodiment of this energy, a star, a superstar. You are who you say you are, right? A superstar. I'm telling you the science of the stars. The scales of Libra represents justice, okay? Courtrooms, in a sense, all right? And so Venus rules Libra. Libra, or Venus for him when he was born, its location is very, very, very important. I'm going to show you why. So its location is approaching Regulus, heading in that direction. It's not too far from it. So we can call this Venus conjuncts Regulus, meaning conjoined. It's coming towards it. They're close together in perfect alignment. Okay. Okay. Now, at this time, I want to roll the short clip pumped because T.I. was pumped with guns. That's how they punked him and put bullets in his hands, and thus he was arrested a couple years later. And I'm telling you, this is the premise.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. 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 You can't do that, bro. You cannot do that, bro.
It's not school. Don't raise your hand, man. You can talk to me.
All this fly talk, man, all this confrontation, conversation, I ain't with it, man.
This bag, he doesn't know how it got here. You don't know how it got here. The boys don't know how it got here.
He packed my bag for me.
Does he pack your bag every day?
Yes, he does.
So he's your mama, basically. Right there? So it's your bag. Okay. Oh! My man, on the ground. Don't you do that.
Bro, listen. Let
Yeah,
us
we're
get
good.
to the bottom of what they're doing, and we'll find it.
All right.
All the smart talk
T.I.
ain't worth it.
T.I.
It's worth it.
Put your hand out like this.
This
What are
ain't mine.
those?
This ain't mine.
What are those?
This ain't mine.
What are those?
Those are
It's a
38s.
bullet, but it ain't mine.
Why are those in the bag?
I don't know, the bag ain't mine. Please get it out my hand.
Come on, let's go.
I don't own a pistol. I don't have a bullet. It's not my
Why
bag.
would you just have... Yeah, myself, I like to get golf balls and then not own golf clubs.
This is mine. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Now that you saw that, let's look at the date that aired. That aired on 7/17 of 2005. Where is Venus, ladies and gentlemen? Venus just so happens to be at the mouth of the lion in direct alignment where it was when he was born. This is very important. So he's having what's called a Venus return. You see the date? I'm showing you the sky, astronomically speaking. I'm going to show you coincidence in astronomy. Astrology is the definition of human events as it pertains to astronomical alignments. Okay? So Venus, he's having the Venus return when this happened. And so then on 10/13/2007 is when T.I. actually got arrested shortly before the BET Awards. Where is Venus at now? Oh, really? In the exact same place. Coupled with Saturn. I'm going to get into that. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Venus goes once a year, is always within the zodiac sign. Okay, stays in the zodiac sign approximately maybe about 26 days. So every year, Venus will be here, but not every year at the same date and time. It's not like every July 4th, Venus is in the same spot. That ain't how it works. Okay, that every calendar year, July 4th, January the 4th, February 14th, Valentine's Day, that's an Earth-Sun relationship. Okay, Venus is a little bit faster. So this is why you notice when T.I. was born in 1980 in September, Venus was right here. But in 2005, that 25 years later, in the month of July, Venus is right here and not in the month of September when Tip was born. Then 2 years after that, in the month of October, okay, Venus is in the same spot. So Venus is here in July, September, and October in different years. Understand that? So what's the odds of Venus when Punk aired and when he got arrested being in the same spot? That's what you got to understand. You have to be very, very, man, you got to be careful on the roles that you play. I've done this shit on O.J. Simpson. And if you don't know, man, y'all better go back and pay attention to them series called Naked Gun series. Because that whole movie, watching that movie set him up for the whole play. Real spill. Okay? And so let's look at Saturn and why you call him Satan. Okay? Saturn represents form. The premise. Did Punk, watching that through the science of observation effect, put those bullets in that man's hand? Did people laughing at T.I. because he was scared of the police? Don't get it twisted. Homie was shook. And it's okay. Right? I would be too, in a sense, if you're saying, hey, it's something that's totally false on you, right? He's being punked. And so, did that fear, which is also a key word, as you can see, did that fear take form when the planet Saturn conjunct Venus in the same location it was when, remember, we're talking about the day of his arrest, but now we're saying, did this planetary energy that gives crystallization in form, the idea will form when Saturn gets in the same place of where Venus was when Tip was born and where Venus was when Punk aired? Absolutely. Look at the other key words. Confinement. What happened? Go do a year and a day, bro. Justice. The justice scales Libra. What a coincidence. When Saturn is in Libra, Saturn's considered to be exalted. In other words, when Saturn's in Libra, that's his second home. It does really well there. Okay. Justice. He met the Justice Department. What was his punishment? Time. You understand what I'm saying? Real spill. It's just how it works. Okay. And so, listen, man, I'm gonna come off this thing because we have to be more spiritually aware of, I'm just gonna say it again, of how consciousness works. It is just vitally, vitally important. I thought I wanted to share something else with you. I'm trying to remember here and whatnot. But I mean, maybe it was something dealing with the Saturn thing. Saturn's energy is said to be Satan, the boogeyman. That is a cosmic mythology to get you to understand the different phases of human events that we go through based off the decisions that we make, which, in other words, the planets are nothing more than an external representation of our own internal psychological processes. The beautiful thing about it is you can go up into the future and be able to know, oh shit, the environment for me around this time could look like this. Therefore, you better lay low. You understand what I'm saying? It gives you that ability to be able to do that. Hence, the wise men had looked at the star of Bethlehem for the King Herod to go locate the Messiah, is what the legend is. The irony of that is, to be a wise man, you must understand what? The rotations and understanding the alignments. You did. Real spill, man. I just wanted to share that with you. All right. So I miss y'all, man. Give me a thumbs up, man. Share this information. Share. If you click down, you're just a hater. I don't understand people on certain things you can disagree with. But goddamn it, you would like, listen, man. Here goes some chain of events that happened. I mean, I gave it to you in chronological order. The man's birthday, the planet Venus. Go look at the key. Go look it up. I ain't making it up. Venus rules Libra. Libra is known as the justice scales. Always in society, the justice scales was depicted as a woman who wears a blindfold, which means she ain't gonna lie, she ain't gonna be biased, and she's just gonna weigh the scales, rightfully so. Then this man goes get a restaurant called Scales 925 to embody the cosmic zodiacal energy that he represents. Venus rules Libra. Venus is the ruling planet for the Libras. Okay, so then he has Venus born in this particular spot close to Regulus, and then a movie comes out, Punk, and they put him in this, what they thought was funny. Okay, they put him in this box, in this alternative reality that, hey, the police is on your ass for these pistols. And then, and here's the kicker, and that's where I was going. I had to get talking so I can figure it out. It was Saturn. And then when Saturn gets in the same region of space, because remember, Venus comes here every year. Not at the same month, but every year. What makes a difference now that Saturn is here? Because I showed you Saturn represents the planet of form. Okay? I'm going to tell you what. The next time Saturn will be in this same region, like it take Venus a year, will be 28 to 30 years on average. That's an astronomical fact. It takes Saturn on average 28 to 30 years to go one full circle. So the reality wouldn't collapse on Tip until the right alignment, stars align, the right planetary alignment, the one that deals with form, the one that deals with time, the one that deals with punishment. You understand what I'm saying? And here's the thing, and I'm gonna come off with this. See, we can't have it both ways, man. We can't have it both ways. I'm gonna pick on you for a minute, Tip. Can't have it both ways. See, we can't say that, and I don't know if he feels this way, but I know people have this argument. I'm going to stereotype and say he does. We can't say that America is racist when in fact they had every opportunity at that point to throw your black ass up under the jail and throw the key away and destroy your family and take you away. I don't care how much money you got and how much you paid to get out that situation. If it was about racism, why take your money? But yet it was so bad that people looked at the homie like, oh nigga, you told on somebody. Who the hell get caught with all these weapons and you ain't supposed to have none and you get out in a year a day? So he had to come out and do a mini campaign like, nigga, what a paperwork. I ain't no snitch. What you talking about? Right? You even rolled down on homeboy on the Housewives Apollo because he said he got the same deal that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We can't have it two ways. And that's interesting because Apollo was the sun god. In the Greek mythology, this is a cosmic thing where God is trying to get your attention to understand a certain science so you can understand consciousness, man. Again, don't say you believe in Jesus and you don't want to undergo or understand or accept the science that the wise men, okay, the Star of Bethlehem, okay, bam, there he is. This is what's happening. We got to accept that too, right? So we can't have it both ways because I don't see a racist government. I do see racism. I do understand that when you let the cops don't get no punishment for anything they do, especially Rodney King, that's some bullshit, bro. So I don't know if it's some reluctancy going on in federal government when y'all don't want to step in, and I can point the finger out where the government has dropped the ball. Many of us can, right? But where we're at today in society, such as Tip said on the revolt panel, I'm rich. We can't be rich in being able to do whatever it is we want to do lawfully and have all this way of empowering each other and then say that and act like racism is stopping us. Nothing is stopping us. You own TV stations, you own liquor, you own everything. You understand what I'm saying? But that don't mean racism don't exist. It does. But to what extent is my question? At what extent does it exist? Okay. So let me digress and get off of that particular aspect and whatnot. Well, I just love that topic. I really want to get into that thing, but I'm not. So enjoy this clip, man. Again, click thumbs up. You're a thumbs down, man. I just gotta tell you, man, you're a flat out sucker. I gotta say it, man. I gotta say it. Study up and prove. And man, listen, I love the dialogue. So I'm gonna say this. Anything that I said, make it clear. Anything that I said that was false, highlight it that it was false, and then come bring the fact that you have and say, nope, it is this way. Because if you can't do that, then that's just opinion, man. These definitions, this stuff has been noted for eons, thousands and thousands of years dealing with this planetary energy and what they mean, especially when you go back into Spain and Timbuktu and the Africans that was dealing with the heavy celestial science, the Muslim Africans. Not that they didn't get it from the Egyptian Africans, but we've been dealing with this science for many, many, many moons, man. All right. So with that, man, I'm up out of here, man. See you in the next one. Peace.
Prophecy is what we all have to go by now.